Hi there, I'm John. Welcome to my channel where I share my opinions. This video is gonna be a little different because I'm running totally off the script because today is actually a very special day. Right after I finished shooting my newest video, I realized, wow, it's been 3 months since I published my first YouTube video. So I figured it's probably a good time to share some thoughts, but bear with me when I'm off the script. I probably speak a little bit slow and I pause a lot. I try to chop them out in the editing phase, but hopefully I can still deliver a clear message what I'm trying to say. So I want to talk about why I started this channel and what I learned in the process and maybe what's the next step. In the beginning of this year, I just feel an urge to create some content using my skill. I used to do mostly audio stuff. I actually finished a sound design program last year. So I want to create some content, some kind of podcast. But even in podcasts, I think I'll need to have some image content, right? So that's why I feel like, okay, I want to make some video. But the thing is, English is not my first language. So doing a podcast in English for me, it's probably going to be very tough. I cannot just hold up for 40 something minutes, just keep talking without a long pause. So I would feel like, yeah, I need to make some shorter content somewhere around 10 to 15 minutes. Luckily, by that time, Monster Hunter Wilds released, and it's been a while since I really seriously played a Monster Hunter game. Really, since probably Monster Hunter 3. So that's why I really want to share some thoughts about Monster Hunter Wilds. So I started my channel to talk about it. If you never tried it, you probably wouldn't know. But I actually spent 3 hours to record a 4-minute video just because I don't have any script. Even though I did some research, I put some bullet points for what I'm trying to say in this video, but still, after shooting for the first version, I got like 20 minutes footage. And then when I'm trying to do a rough cut out of it, I realized there's barely any content that's usable because I'm constantly pausing, constantly repeating what I'm trying to say. I was very disappointed at how the performance was delivered. So I re-recorded it twice just to make it watchable. And I try to form what I'm trying to say in real time and try to practice in real time. That's why it took so long for me to finish a 4-minute script without making too many mistakes. But then I realized even when trying to speak a rather long sentence, I would have to make some pause. I would have to stuck somewhere. So that's why making the first video was very hard. And I realized, okay, if I want to make a 10-minute video or even longer than that, I need to prepare some form of more detailed script. That's why I decided to get this teleprompter in front of me. And starting from the second video, I'm using the teleprompter. You might think teleprompter is going to make life so much easier, right? But it's actually not. It's very awkward when you're trying to speak while reading the text on the screen. And I don't know if you guys can tell though. I personally believe it's pretty obvious if you now know I'm actually using a teleprompter, but not in this video though. So like I said, from the second video, I start to create more script to cover what I'm trying to say. And even till now, I mostly cover everything I want to say in the script. I can assure you my script is basically the video itself. It's a very detailed script I create every time. And that leads me to what I've learned along this way, because making a video is tough, and even though before I did make some calisthenics video on Bilibili in China, but it's totally different type of content I'm trying to make. This type of content require more research and sharing the idea rather than instruction. It's a very different form of content. So when I realized that I actually need to do a lot more pre-production than I expected, I cannot just turn on the camera and speak. It doesn't work like that. And I don't think most YouTubers are working like that unless they're so good at what they're doing. They need to have some plan. So my pre-production getting more and more complicated nowadays. Right now, I'm doing the script through multiple days just because I want to review it at some point later to make sure the script is good. when you just finish it, you might feel good about yourself. And then when you try to read the script, you realize that it doesn't work, or it read very weirdly, or you feel like there's something you can rearrange or improve. If I have a good pre-production, the actual recording section only take around 20 minutes. And sometimes if it went super smooth, it would take less than that. So pre-production is very important thing to take care of when creating a video. Other thing I might do is the lighting, right? You can see that in this video, my lighting is improved a lot. I sacrifice a lot of space in this area just to make sure I have space to record my video. So I hope it's worth it. I think it looks so much better than my previous video, right? This is part of the pre-production too. I need to do these kind of plan. I spent hours trying out different lighting solution and stuff. The good thing is once you settle with the thing you like, I can just sit down and shoot, and I'm pretty sure I'm okay with that. But the thing is, I'm constantly improving that. Maybe couple weeks later, I feel like this lighting sucks and I need to improve it somehow. When I first recording my video, I didn't consider much about the lighting. I just have a light in front of my face and that's the recording. And maybe there's something off with my camera setting and the colors are always off. If you're trying to fix the colors in post-production, you realize that it's actually pretty hard unless you are very good at grading. I should have known that because I work with audio. You need to record it good in the first place. Otherwise, you may have a okay delivery, but you never will make the audio excellent. So that's the thing. I need to capture, right? That's why I'm spending a lot of time figuring out what kind of lighting I can do with my room. It's just very hard not to judge yourself when you are on the camera and you're speaking. I don't think I have a clear plan how this channel gonna go, but the thing is I want to use this opportunity to improve my overall skills. Because in the process of making a video, you learn a lot of things. Like I learned how to do the lighting, how to set up cameras, how to edit video, how to color grade a video. Even though I know how to do audio, when you start to actually record something, especially recording yourself, you realize more problem than you ever do. So yeah, what's next about this channel? It's very hard to say. I don't know if I can stick with certain type of content because as a person, I'm interested in a lot of stuff. I want to talk about a lot of stuff, but I know that when you're trying to make a YouTube channel, you're supposed to niche down into a very specific area. So that's the way most channel gonna be successful. But I feel like maybe it's not the time for me to think about being successful on YouTube. What I'm supposed to focus on is trying to improve step by step by making each video. I have to admit, along the process, there were some videos that I was just chasing the trend about what other people are saying or what kind of topic I feel like might be a hit. But when I'm following those trends and following those things I'm supposed to do, I don't feel like the topics I'm choosing is something I'm really interested in. It's very obvious when I'm writing the script. It's like I actually don't know what to say about it. I need to do so many research just to get a clear idea of what I'm trying to say. But when I'm talking about those topics I'm interested in, especially when I'm talking about my experience with Monster Hunter, it's just so natural. I just naturally flow with so many words. It just feels different. So I feel like there's a balance I need to do to make sure my content is still interesting to watch, and at the same time I'm interested in making them. And right now I feel like the thing I should do is focus more on creating the thing I want to make, and hopefully one day I can stick with one topic and produce good quality videos consistently. And I really appreciate every one of you subscribing this channel, liking my video, and sharing your thoughts. I really appreciate all of those interactions you guys give me, and it's really encouraged me to make more and more content. And even though I only have 100 subscribers, but I feel like every subscriber counts. And that's the 3 months YouTube journey. I hope you like this video. Hope you learned something. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.